Hello, we're back. My computer crashed suddenly, which is all the more reason that I should probably go back and actually compile this into one video. But I'm probably going to forget, so I may just release all these videos on After Hours all on the same day. So, this will be technically part 4 or whatever. Great. Hello. Sorry about the wait. My computer just takes a while to restart. It's old, cranky, and I need to remember to go and buy the new computer that everyone was like, dude, just, yeah. Because when I started getting the money for getting a new computer because of the t-shirts and stuff, uh, I decided to really push that at that time because I thought my computer was actually just shit. Um, um, But it turns out it wasn't. It was just that Shopkeep was being a laggy piece of shit because the game, unfortunately, is very poorly coded. And so is Soma, which was the other game I was streaming at that time. So, anyway, let's get back into this. I did a little bit of work on it while we were waiting just because the paint was still wet and I didn't want to. Oh, that's not good. The camera doesn't even exist. Can we make it exist? We can. It looks a lot better now with the stuff in the background. I think what I'm worried about is just that it's that I don't have anything other than underpainting on right now, and it looks like shit because it's just an undertale or underpainting. It's just an undertale. Oh, undertale is so bad. Um, what the fuck? This There's not as much space in between these as it looks like. This is 2 fingers worth to the edge, and then this one is. I guess it actually is. Having that weird angle actually helped. Is this going to be on After Hours? Yes. I'll just make sure that it's all on the same thing. Let me get it so that way I have beautiful nails. Really, really, with all the paint and all that. Not really, but thank you. I like to measure things in finger lengths and hand widths. It's a little bit easier to do than trying to do it in any other way, like breaking out a ruler or whatever. It's a little bit more organic, and I don't know. It's honestly just less work is really what it is. Let me get Dark Souls booted back up, and then we'll do an extra, I don't know, 30 minutes from now worth of work. I think I can fix the rest of it in that amount of time. It's really this area that is most troubling. The bridge is okay. The background bridge is pretty much where I want it. It's not the best that I've ever done, but it's okay. Back here is acceptable, but not great. This area is just shit because it's underpainting. So what I need to do is I need to get it out of the underpainting sort of area. If I can crank it up so that way it's a little bit better, then I'll be happy. Also, if I can get the art a little bit more in the shot, that would be nice. Alright, there we go. Paul Allen's card. I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sure that's a reference to something or other. I'll take a picture of this when we're done. Rev has beautiful hands. Oh, thank you. You guys are so nice to me and my ugly ass hands. There we go. Let me get the music going while that is offline. Properties. I need to figure out a better way of setting the screen up. I'm not sure if this is like the most optimal. Oh, not Dark Souls. Oh, is that the guy who's like, this is the best business card ever? That guy? Is it alright to post my art onto the board? Yes, as always. Work in progress, I've been told to discourage, but, you know, anything else, if you're done with it, then go for it. If not, I will show it whenever it's done. So just, you know, don't rush. It will get seen on stream, and people will like it. Um, my business card's pretty nice. I've got my ones for streaming. They're kind of generic, but guess I can show you that while. Yeah. Boink. Can you see that? Did I put that in the right spot? Can't see. And then the back is just. It's exactly like the intro thing, except for there's a little extra space for the email, which is available elsewhere on Vinesauce's website. And then my art one is a little bit more artsy. It has the round and corner like edges, like a playing card, and it's designed to look like a playing card. It's got a picture of me holding a paintbrush. I'm gonna have to print more of those. Once it doesn't have my email on it or my phone number on it anymore, I'll post a picture of it. The version I've got right now has my full phone number on it, and that is a good way of getting killed. What's the origin of me wearing a gas mask? I used to go to protests a lot. And at those protests, I would, well, originally it was because I was in a band. And then it became because I went to protests. Oh. I'm going to look at the other things that this guy has. What kind of protests? I don't like to get into politics much on stream anymore, but just for the sake of answering that question, I did a lot of stuff with Occupy Austin, which is part of the larger Occupy Wall Street movement. Don't really feel like listening to this particular song right now. I'm actually going to go and get... he's got one for... We'll just go... what was it? Determination. I actually want the blue side, but the red side, Death by Glamour, is really good. When I was doing it, I was still a streamer on this website, so I would talk about it a lot, and it really annoyed the shit out of people. So rather than do that, I'm just gonna do this instead. People don't want to hear about politics, which is understandable. We're going to listen to this right now, and we're going to listen to it for the next 30 minutes, which means that we won't get all the way through. But we'll get about halfway into this, which means that you're going to have to go check out his channel, which is what I'm trying to fucking do. It's good background music, and it's good. I feel like the audio for the game got turned up. Determination is an amazing album. Ace Waters is a really good artist. So is the other guy whose name I forget. It's a little R symbol. Not good with names. But for the sake of this stream, I do need to remember what this guy's name is. So that way when I use his stuff, I can be like, yes, go check out his work. His name is Ace Waters. Alright, let's get back into painting. We're going to use a little bit of burnt umber and a little bit of this blue that we've been continuously using, even though it's kind of shit. Richard E.B., there you go. Thank you. Knew it was something like Richard or Rick or something. That cover of Death by Glamour is really good. That entire album is really solid. This is the blue side, which is the chill songs. Need to spend a little bit of time editing today, but I don't really have a thing for next Saturday. I've been being stretched really, really, really fucking thin recently by just school and this gallery show I've got coming up. And it's just... I suppose it's not an excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse, but it does really kill my ability to do all the art I need to do. Do I have any pets? I do have a well, it's technically my girlfriend's cat. It's kind of a I'm using a little bit of yellow oxide with this as well. It's a dusty gray sort of colored cat named Momoko. She's around here somewhere, doing her own thing. Try and get this dark enough. Because I've got a very bright color going right now, and I don't really want that. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think you can. I'm going for an army green, and I'm getting like a saturated army green. I think that's alright. Have I ever done a painting where I cover myself in SpaghettiOs and rub myself down? No, but we had an interesting conversation about the conservation of art, and how a lot of, like, there's this piece that I saw just the other day, for example, called Lick and Lather, where the artist, girl artist, I should mention, does a, these busts of herself, but they also have, they're made out of chocolate, and well, one is made out of chocolate and the other one's made out of soap. And the ones that are made out of chocolate, she licks away the beautiful elements of herself, and in the lather one, she washes herself with them. It's part of the process of that making it, right? They're fucking awful, but I should mention it anyway. Apparently it's a total bitch to keep them around because, you know, chocolate melts and is affected by travel and it gets damaged and stuff. So they're like trying to figure out how to conserve this piece because it's what museums do. That's what museums are supposed to be for. They conserve art for future generations. And, you know, quality of the art aside, that's their job. Like, that's what they have to do. So they have to figure out a way to make this thing work. And there's a bunch of places that I wouldn't want to show my art just because I have a problem with the gallery itself. But after hearing that discussion, I realized that I could totally do something like that. Just make something fucking insane and annoying. And then give it to them. And be like, yes, this is a Colin Mullen original. So now I'm like, yeah, I want to become famous as an artist so I can make asshole paintings and weird shit out of like tree branches, which decay really, really fast. So then they can't really take good care of it, and they have a hard time with it. Not because I think that is my style as an artist, necessarily. I mean, conceptually it is. Not formula-wise, but... Do you get what I'm saying? Being a dick, basically? Yeah, they... One thing that I realized would come up in the streams of this at some point or another is the idea is are video games art? And the short answer is every movie art? You know, when we think about art, we're thinking about art with a capital A, art. We're thinking about something that gets hung in a gallery. Technically, a little kid that draws a stick figure of her mom, that's art, you know? That's as much art as Van Gogh. But it's not art with a capital A art, so it doesn't get the respect. I believe video games are art objectively, lowercase a art. Uppercase A art when we're talking about gallery art and that kind of stuff, you know? Most stuff can be considered art, you know? But whether or not it's capital A art, You know what I mean? The Van Goghs, the Rothkos, the stuff that gets hung up in galleries like that. That is a different question entirely. And I think the same rules for that go for movies. I think video games are in the same boat as movies in that way. Are all movies art? No. There are some really shitty movies, but you know, you go, you watch them, you enjoy them, and it's fine. Like, you know, what's the plot of, I don't know, action movie, whatever the fuck? Have there been any notable action movies recently? Like, I wouldn't say Star Wars is necessarily art, with a capital A, but it's a good movie. It's enjoyable. I liked my time with it. But is it art? Is it capital A art? No. Is Mad Max capital A art? Maybe. Arguably. See, that's where it really comes into question. Like, are video games art? Yes. Are they, you know, something that's worthy of being in a gallery space? I don't know. Some are. Art is just like any, or video games are just like any other art where there's some stuff that's just shit, and then there's the stuff that clearly is going to make it into, like, some award show or something, like movies. And is it good? No. No one fucking likes it. But it's really innovative in whatever reason or way or whatever. See, and as long as we're, like, getting into that question of what is capital A high art, you know, that's a better question than is our video games art. Because our video games art is a really dumb argument, and it's because people just think gallery art. The Subway logo for, you know, Subway, eat fresh, that's art. But, like, are you going to hang that up in a gallery? Probably not. So what are some examples of capital A art games? I don't think Undertale is technically that. It's a nice game. I enjoyed it. It was a good game. It's very artsy. Is it kind of a game that is hung up in a gallery? No, not any more so than like Star Wars or whatever. It's good. Antichamber? Yeah, Antichamber is a good example. Um, that's a pretty game. Super Hot is pretty. I guess we should define what that means, and I guess that's a little bit more subjective, but at least we can have a conversation about it now that we understand what we're talking about, or at least what I believe we're talking about. And if you guys disagree with that, that's fine. You can go fuck yourselves. But also, we can at least have a discussion on why you disagree. And you don't actually have to go fuck yourself. I'm being an asshole because it's more interesting than me being accepting of your viewpoints. I'm trying to mute down this color here. I don't know what Kentucky Route Zero is, but it doesn't sound like an kind of game that I'm talking about. I don't know. It's a very there are a lot of games that would not fit that thing. I feel like a lot of indie games would. Bastion, I think, is maybe in that territory. I feel like Dear Esther is that kind of game that would probably win an award at a Grammy situation if they had them, like the King's Speech, which just looked like shit and Oscar bait to me. Do you know what I mean? Um, I think the games that Osamu Sato did, LSD, stuff like that, that stuff is like surrealism brought to the art world or the video game world. It's fucking weird. Grammys are music, whatever. You know what I mean. One of those award shows that no one actually gives a fuck about, but everyone pretends like they do, so that way they don't look like assholes. No, name 3 people who won a Grammy in 2015. Like the actual 2015 when it was aired. I guess that would be 2014 version. Name 3 people who won. No one fucking cares. Everyone cares right when it's happening, but once it's over, the song and dance is over and no one cares anymore. They'll remember for a couple of weeks, but the only people who remember past that point are, you know, people who go on Jeopardy and answer the, you know, who won Best Metal Performance in 2015? It's Ghost BC, by the way. The only reason I know that is because I like them. Trying to make it so that way any of the blue or the whitish yellow here that shows through has a little bit of a green tint to it. Then we can bring out some gray. Like, are the things that win at the Grammys really the best music that came out that year? It's something that some guys in suits decided. It's no more representative of what the public feels or thinks than what's on the radio, you know? Kind of just bullshit. This is my rant about the Oscars and Grammys and art all kind of combined. Is that right? It's alright. I can make it work. I think Crazy Bus actually is kind of, I don't know. It might be considered like Dada. So that's kind of what Dada is. Shit posting. It's like nothing matters and the world is fucked. So I'm going to make some stupid ass art and everyone's going to treat it seriously and it's hilarious. How do we get to talking about what art is? I don't know. Someone asked his video games art or something along those lines, and I wanted to talk about it, so I used someone who was vaguely talking about that subject as a springboard for me to talk about my own opinions. I'm still not too terribly happy with this side, but I need to stop fucking with it so that way we can get the tree in the end. Is there anything else that needs doing? This area, right? Dada and anti-art are 2 different things. Yeah, one of the first things, or one of the things in Dada was the urinal. And it was literally just him shit posting. Pretty much. I didn't get a good grade in art history. I'll tell you straight up. But that was my understanding of what he was doing. So I like it because he was basically like, the people at the committee were like, we'll accept anything. You know, we're open-minded art curator types. We will accept any art that comes through this door, and we'll put it in this show. And then Duchamp is like, really? Okay. And then he just... My voice keeps getting louder and quieter. It's because right now I'm looking at the screen so I can read the chat, and then I'm moving away to look at my painting. And when I look away, yeah. Yeah, this definitely is one of the best songs on this side of the album. There's some sort of building or something over there. Sorry. Concentrating a little bit harder than I should on my art rather than on chat, but... And I'll use some gray once this dries to kind of fade it back. The black is a little bit too intense. Snowden is a really soothing song, town, everything. Surrealism... No. The Scream is expressionism. Surrealism is, fuck, how do you explain surrealism? Surrealism is Dada that takes itself seriously. Someone in the comments of After Hours correct me on that one. I think that's right, though. Surrealism, not serialism. Surreal, as in not real. Fuck it. Okay, so we're adding a little bit of grayish green back here. Because there's like a hill or something behind this house thing. I saw an interesting post, and I think I talked about this the first stream of this that I did, about that if you look in the right places, you can see different things. So I think that this castle thing up here, I think this is where you fight the Tauros demon. I'm not sure on that. It's a skybox, obviously. We've been painting a skybox this entire time. Most of this is not actually a place that you go to. It's just a another representation of that thing, but... you know, it looks right. Salvador Dali, yeah. He did, he was actually into the whole, Dadaist stuff before he became really famous. There's a really good episode of a show that no one fucking knows about, and I wasn't old enough to watch it because came out in like the 50s or something, called What's My Line? Not who, you know, Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is a different show. What's My Line is a show where people come in and they have weird jobs. I think I've talked about this on stream before. In fact, I know I have, but I'm talking about it again because it's filler. It's relevant to what we're talking about in chat. And it's a guy who has a job comes in and he's like, they have to guess using questions what his occupation happens to be. And so occasionally they'd bring people on that were like famous people, like they had Sean Connery come on once. People like that, you know? Hey, Gaming Spirit, how are you doing? When's Bees McBees coming onto physical vinyl? Bees McBees, I feel like, was a little bit Dadaist and absurdist humor. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but people fucking loved it, so I guess whatever. If it helps. If you enjoy it, I don't care. I felt bad that I actually sold like a record of that. Someone actually bought the record. I don't know what to do with the money. I'm gonna donate it, but I don't know. I can't figure out where I donate to help out Flint. which just seems like the appropriate place to donate for this. Flint, Michigan, where they've been having water problems, and all because of a jackass, capitalist asshole mayor. Sorry, politics slipping out. But pretty much everyone's agreed that that guy's an asshole, so it's not really a... It's too blurry to make out what his name is. What do you mean? His name is Ace Waters, and that's my fault for, not giving him a good thing. That's my fault. Because it's so little. Temporary mayor. My politics are showing. Got to a point when I was streaming back when I was doing that stuff that in order to curb the amount of time that I spent talking about politics on stream, I started to like wear a rubber band around my wrist, and anytime I started talking about politics, I would just snap the rubber band, and it got to the point where it just left a mark on my arm because of how often I was talking about politics and how little I could stop myself from talking about that stuff, because no one fucking cares is what I found. When you go and watch something like, you know, my streams or whatever, it's because you want to relax. You want to not deal with the fact that the world is on fire. You want to just have a good time and enjoy yourself, not have to deal with this bullshit. So I still do stuff, I still speak out and do the stuff that I feel like is right, but it's just not something I include on stream anymore. You know what I mean? Because you don't honestly care, which is fine. You don't have to. You don't have to care about what my politics are. You have your own, I have my own. We can all have a good time and enjoy each other's company even though we disagree. Possibly. I don't know. The main objective is just to make an entertaining stream, which politics and stuff aren't. Some people did love the politics stuff. Muffin.com is still for sale. I guess I ought to buy it, but it's just so expensive. I'm selling so little art on my actual art website, I may have to take it down, but I really would rather not like to. Art and stream are really what I want to do with myself for the rest of my life. And eventually stream will come to an end, but, you know, that's just life. I don't know how long this whole YouTube craze is going to happen, but I enjoy it. It's a way for me to do stuff that I can't do with traditional art. Like, I can't really be the jackass that you guys know with, like, paint. Not in the same way, or at least I don't know how to. That allows me to make stupid jokes and all that, but how can we be sure that streaming will be a viable thing that's going to last? I honestly don't think it will be, as much as I'd like for it to be. I don't know how long the fad's going to last. I'm going to enjoy it and do it for as long as it will exist. Just because it feels like what I need to be doing with my life. It's not easy. And actually I'm putting my entire world at stake in order to do it, but it's what I need to be doing, so I'm doing it. It's not a nice, safe job like accounting, you know? But, like art, it's just something that I should do, because that's what I'm, I don't know, not necessarily good at, but it's what I enjoy. Do a cookie clicker in the background? Maybe, maybe not, depending on how laggy things are. The next game we're gonna do, I'm gonna have to set up for, so we may or may not be able to do this next week. I don't know. This music is making what I'm talking about sound a lot more depressing. I apologize. Just being a little bit of a realist and understanding that stream and YouTube are not going to last forever, so I need to have other things in place and just sort of accept that fact. You know? Not everything lasts forever. It's okay. Can the next art game be Cookie Clicker? No. What game am I playing next and when? I will be streaming again hopefully Friday. I will be streaming tonight, probably. You'll want to check. It's either going to be on my channel or Yoel's channel or possibly all. I'm not sure. I don't honestly know what we're doing quite yet. Yoel messaged me about it today saying, hey, are we still on tonight? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. So, I'll be streaming with Yoel tonight. Yoel and GPM. And possibly someone else, depending on how things go. Alright, what's going on over on this side? There's a little bit of the same blotchy black stone masses. What time does Yoel usually stream? I honestly don't know. I don't think he has a schedule, so it kind of makes it hard for people to watch him. If you just follow the Vinesauce Twitter, though, you'll be able to catch when everyone who streams on Vinesauce streams. And then you'll be able to catch it from there. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't streamed with other streamers a whole lot recently just because it's so fucking hard to do so. Not because they're hard to work with, but because, like, I have to make sure everything's going to work out. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stream a specific day or not. So I don't want to promise, like, hey, we're going to do this day, and then bail on them. Like, that's so annoying. So... I'm gonna let this dry, then we can come back in with it. I think the paint is probably dry by now. So this goes, and we got some black, because this is like a tree branch. And we basically get one go at this, and hopefully I don't fuck it up, so I'm gonna concentrate for a minute. Because then, if we screw up, we have to do the entire underpainting on this side again. Some of this paint over here is still wet. It's gonna be problematic. This paint right here is wet too. Yeah, I'm using acrylics. How far into this are we? Alright, we'll stop at 5. Because I need to do some stuff around the house, and I need to work on some paintings that I've got here, and kind of sit down and relax for a bit after that. This yellow I'm not too happy with, but I'll probably bring it back with some stuff. Someone's going fucking insane on the electric guitar. Y'all don't have to hold your breath. I've got it just to be able to do this painting. This is much darker over here. So once this dries, I might go in with a glaze. This painting took a lot longer than I thought it would. I think it's partly because I started off really shaky. I think we're almost done. It's not the best painting I've ever done, but I need to kind of just let this one stay. I'm okay if there's some shakiness to this line and all that. It's fine. It's blurry. It's off in the distance. Did I call it dank cells in my tweet? That was completely unintentional. I used to call it dank souls anytime I streamed. When I was doing a run of this game, which is how we have the character that we've got. That's still fully available on After Hours. It was one of the first full games that I went through on After Hours. Let's get some of the last little details in and then we'll call it. I don't like ending on a bad note on a painting or whatever, but I don't know. I've done better art before. I'll use this as an excuse to tell you guys, if you don't think this is too bad, go check out what my art that I do by myself looks like. That stuff is good. This is not. This is not good. Not by my standards. This is a if I were giving this like a letter grade, I'd give this about a C. A C or a D by my standards. I've done so much better than this. But, I don't know. Once I get as good as Bob Ross, I can start doing tutorials like him. Alright. I think we just call this one. Is it perfect? No. A lot of these colors are too vibrant or too dark or something. Too not right. It's okay. But let's sign it. So I'm going to use a little bit of white paint because white will clash incredibly with the bottom corner here. And, you know, for the purposes of signing stuff, that's fine. So, where's a paintbrush? Need a little tiny paintbrush. This is a good one. Should I sign it as Rev or Colin? I should probably sign it as Colin, shouldn't I? Do you have a camera angle of this? You can't really see that corner, can you? Let me get it so I can... Oops, got some paint on the microphone stand. Oh well. Let me Alt-Tab. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Alright, now let's... There you go. It's not the best painting I've ever done, but, you know, it's better than it was last week. Hopefully we do something a little bit easier next time, and then... God, this brush is shit, isn't it? Well, there's my signature then. Awkward and awful. Just like me. Maybe if I get a little bit more paint on it, can kind of sharpen it to a point, like a... Get these things out of here, fuck this. Really can't get that to be any sharper than that. Make the C look a little bit better. Okay, good enough. I think that's where we'll leave this one. Gotta let it dry. This is the first picture from ARTcade. It's a new thing for us. Let me give you guys a little bit better of an angle. You guys got a bit of a tilt going on too. There's also that awful glare that I've been talking about. You guys are finally seeing it. It's okay. It's not great. I've done better paint before, but it's okay. It's okay. I need to just accept that it's an okay piece of art. Where can I set this down? Alright. Let's see how you guys did. Because I'm pretty sure that you guys did some stuff. If you did do something and you're done with it, please post it on the Boru. Whatever games do I have in mind for this? I've got a couple in mind. But not really sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Still need to double check and make sure they'll work out alright. But I have one game in mind, at least. There's a couple other games that have been recommended, like Skyrim and stuff like that, but let's bring down the music a bit. Not that it's loud or anything. Check the Boru. If you made some art for this, tag it under my name. Tag it under your name. And then also tag it as ARTcade. So that way, when I look for it, I'll find it. There's a lot of art here. This camera stand is actually in a really inconvenient spot. Can we move you? Not really. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that it's there. Okay, so you tweeted yours since it wasn't actually a picture of the game. Cool. I'll go check it on Twitter real quick. Give me a sec. Notifications. Hey, yeah, there's Peach Tea Dreams' thing. Is there a way I can easily bring up this screen? Don't know. Hopefully that works. Where does that picture show up again? Sorry. Twitter's lagging, so I'm having a hard time actually scrolling through the stuff. Actually, my entire computer's lagging. Hopefully this doesn't kill things. Um, it says all the stuff that they've ever reblogged. That's really not helpful. It depends. Are you if you're done with the drawing, then post it on. If you're done with the drawing and it's of the bridge that we were doing, post it on the Boro. If it's anything related to me, post it on the Boro or any of the Vinesauce streamers. If I think those are pretty much the conditions, yeah. Some of you guys really pulled out the stops on these. Let me give you a screen region. Yeah, it's gonna take me a second to get everything together. And if I don't see your art this time, I will make sure it shows up at some point or another, so do not worry. It will happen. You will get your day in the spotlight. And as just a aside, if you're an artist and you really want to get your stuff out there and get your name going, you know, put like a Twitter link or whatever, like your at Twitter thing on the thing. So that way people go, yeah, this smog looks pretty damn good. And so they can look up who Julius McFrench is on Tumblr or Twitter or whatever and see it. Then we've got this one. This is a Darkest Dungeon thing. Hairy legs are not cute is one of the tags. I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is by Swin ABC. I'm of course the Plague Doctor. The stream is over, I'm sorry. Vinny as the Crusader, and then I guess that makes him, was it the Hunter class? I don't remember. That's pretty good. Then we've got this one by Unclear, which is of the bridge that we were doing. That looks pretty good. Feel like you got like a much more broad color palette. This is, God, this area right here, everyone's having trouble with. Is it just me, or is this just a, like, I'm having problems with this area on my painting as well. It's a total bitch to do. And I think a lot of people are that way. We got this nice one from Tailored Stardust of me as a watercolor drawing. This is cute. This is a really cute drawing. I like it. That fucking cliffside is an ass. I hate that cliffside now. Masked Luna did this one, who, by limiting their color palette down to about just pretty much just blues, there's some blacks and stuff in there as well, but even the blacks have a little bit of blue tint, really was able to escape the cliffside of hell. No more cliffs, I promise. This guy did a pretty good job. Who did this one? That other guy is the name of this artist. Did a pretty good job at the cliffs. Got much closer on the sun than I did. I think this is pretty damn good for that. I like that you got into the brickwork by having small stroke marks. I might go back over this and fix some stuff, but I think this is the last stream I'm going to finish working on it. We've got this one of C. They put their Twitter thing down here so you can find it. My voice is shot from speaking all day, but it's Caddy and Bratty from Undertale. It's good. I think they just showed up on Undertale a video or two ago. There's a full playthrough of Undertale coming up every day on After Hours, so you can go and get that thing. You can go and watch streams, even though there are, you know, this will be the last stream for now. Hello, other creative streamer. How are you? Then we've got this one by Van Kulai. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's right here. This person did a thing, and it's one of those cloud art things. I know there are programs will do this for you, but I'm willing to bet that they actually did this probably by hand. Lots of memes and revs and Vidya and Frozen. It's good. I'm sorry you came to the ending. The next episode may be the last on the Undertale thing. Maybe. It's a very, yeah, I think that's the name. Text collage, word association cloud, something like that. It's cool. We've got this one, which is me. Yes, it's a pixel art drawing by Plant Prince. And then we've got this one by Peachy Dreams. We're looking at the Twitter ones now. Arcade Fun. Sorry it's not Dank Souls, but I thought I'd share anyway. It's a good drawing of a jellyfish. I like how you have this not just totally matte black background, which really, really helps. It makes the pinks and stuff pop a lot more. So it looks a lot better just because this little bit of grayish black here. This is really good. You did good. Then we've got this one by Zerkrim named Dan. I believe this one was also on the board, but I decided to show it here just because I didn't realize that. I like the way they use their sketch lines to get the stuff. It really helps, especially with this cliffside of fuckery that everyone hates. I promise I won't make another cliffside one. We'll just do nice buildings and stuff like that. We won't try and paint people either. Just fuck cliffsides. Fuck cliffsides. Your drawing is good, though. Don't get me wrong. Let me double check and make sure there's no other art that popped up. Because there was someone asking where they should do, you know, Twitter or Boru or whatever. I'm going to double check and make sure that that's the case. And, oh, yep, see? 2 new ones in the amount of time that it took for me to look at all those. We've got this one by D-Bast. This, I think, is one of those occasions where the monitor settings that they maybe have are so totally different than ours that it's really hard to tell what's going on in a lot of this. It's very dark and black. I'd imagine if we had their monitor settings set as bright as they probably do, we'd be able to see some stuff. But I like it. I like what you did with the sky here. What's the Tumblr tag? ARTcade. Like arcade, but with an extra T in there. And then we've got this one by Sharkbits of me as the guy from Dark Souls painting. And then there's one of those fucking mushroom guys. I guess I should check the Tumblr tag as well. You see a face in there. Where's the face? I think there is a face there, yeah. There's a hidden gas mask right here, I think. Right here. But yeah. Double checking Twitter just to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Does not look like we did. But I want to make sure everyone gets something. I like the people who are doing stuff like that. Like Mafa did something very similar on the last one, where he was cheeky and he ended up doing what the other camera. Yours was missed? Where was yours? Let me go back and make sure I got it. I don't want to miss anyone's. Was it on Twitter or Tumblr? Or any what was it on so I can go find it? Cuz you worked really hard on that. I'm betting, and I don't want you to get fucked over cuz I missed it. Vineborer, there we go. Banjo Tooie, that kind of stuff would work, yeah. Did you tag it as Rev? You might not have. The tag was Artstream. There's Vinny. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Arcade. I'll check, I'm not seeing Artstream on here. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see which one we missed. Oh, okay. This wasn't. There it is. Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that. I didn't want to miss yours. And I told you to tag it as ARTcade, and then you got it as RevScarecrow as well. I don't know why it didn't show up. I'm really sorry about that. Let me pull it up. Us artists got to look out for each other, or else we'll never get anywhere. You know what I mean? Share each other's art, show off each other's art, and talk about it, and share videos and the like. This is by Iswazen, and it is a nice ink, paper and ink sort of situation. Of this, it's good. The Cliff of Hell. I think you got this part very much right. This bottom part for everyone is just hell. The branch, all of that. I like what you did here, and I like how you got the bridge set up, because I think there is the staircase going up like that. I think that's how it's supposed to go, isn't it? And then you've got the delineations of the different parts of the wall there. This is good. The camera you took it with is showing up with some like reds and greens because it doesn't know what to do with it, but I like it. I like it, dude. It's good. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, this is someone else's thing. That was Insane in the Rain music. I am sorry for playing your stuff without asking. It just came up with autoplay. Thank God it wasn't something like I don't know, some big name guy. It was pretty good. Good random sax solo at the end of the stream. Awesome art, guys. Y'all are doing good. We'll figure out what we're doing next. If I have my guest of knowing how to do what I'm doing right, and I do get all these things right, I'm going to say that we're probably going to need a lot of grays and blacks and probably primary colors. So if you're getting actual paint, like acrylic paints, go and make sure you've got some black and white and your primary colors. The Live at Grillby's album released is great. Okay, I'll have to check that. That was Megalovania, jazz cover by Insane in the Rain music. You should be able to find it there. We only played the first 26 seconds of it, which was weird. Invasion plus Ivan. Inviven. What? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I need to go clean up the apartment some and then do other paintings that are art. That aren't this. I need to do other arts. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for coming by. I'll try and make sure this is same time next week, but I don't know. We'll see. And I'll also be streaming at some point today, hopefully, with Yul and GPM and maybe a special guest. I don't know how confirmed that is, and I don't want to get hype going. Hype is dangerous. It's very dangerous. I'll see you guys then, the same. And I hope you have a good day. Later. Bye.